SBTV.
Hi, it's Julia here for SBTV Games and Gadgets. Now, we thought we'd like to put ourselves truly to the test of how we'd survive in the post-apocalyptic world, so we've come down to check out the new survival action game, The Last of Us.
What do we do?
You make every shot count.
The Last of Us is set many, many years after a massive viral global pandemic that's basically obliterated quite a large proportion of everybody on Earth. Many, many years have passed. The city has now become overgrown. There's plant life. There are marauding gangs. There are basically the quarantine zone where our main characters start their journey.
How is it that you're never scared?
Who says that I'm not?
The main characters are Joel and Ellie. You've got Joel, who basically pretty much has no morals left. He does remember the world before this big pandemic happened. He's had some horrendous things happen to him. So he looks at things with a very disheartened and a very disillusioned way. Then, of course, you have Ellie, who's never really knew the world beforehand. And so, obviously, all this bloodshed that she sees around her, she can almost kind of just brush off her shoulders. Joel has basically been tasked with smuggling Ellie out of the city, a task he doesn't particularly want to do, but of course he has no choice. He doesn't really like the idea of having to look after like a young girl. And, you know, most people who play video games know that generally having like a young girl who's just kind of hanging around after you is just going to be a massive, massive hassle. This isn't really the case with Ellie's character. She's actually pretty useful. This girl, right, picks up a brick and basically just belts someone in the face. I mean, I would be happy to have a small child along if they were capable of doing that in a survival horror situation.
I got you now, motherfucker!
Hey, asshole!
Basically, the normal laws just do not apply anymore. It's kill or be killed. So different people have worked out different ways to survive, and that kind of works itself into the gameplay of The Last of Us as well. You can either go in, stealth, sneaky, play hide and seek. You can avoid quite some big battles if you choose to. Obviously, then you miss out on basically being able to scavenge and search the whole area because you haven't cleared it. The other thing is you can go in guns blazing and just shoot everyone down, hit everyone, and then get to check the area over. But then, of course, you are wasting supplies as well. So it comes down to like what kind of style of play you want to do. And apparently even just the character AI is influenced by your play style as well. So say, for example, you come at one of the guys with a gun, he's going to behave in a completely different way to if you turn up with like a baseball bat. The Last of Us is basically brought to us by the team at Naughty Dog, who you might know did the Uncharted franchise, a franchise renowned for basically having unbelievable mixture of kind of plot-driven story and action. So they've coined a new term for this particular game, which is survival action. So it's not like a survival horror, which is, I don't know, it's a bit too by numbers. They wanted to kind of really mix things up and really make you fight to survive. How they've basically done this is by a use of putting you in situations where you have to really choose what you're going to do and by your actions, but by also how you use the things that you find and you scavenge. So if you're a bit too liberal with your bullets, or you know, you don't use your items sensibly, you could really be stuck in a situation that you can't get out of. The items that you scavenge are really important because they're basically very, very limited. So you have to decide how you're going to use them. You know, you could make a Molotov cocktail, or you could use it to fashion a health kit, or you could make a shiv, which could then be used to stab someone or to open a door. So you have to really decide what you're going to do with these items because there aren't loads of them out there. When it goes into this, you can basically see Joel on screen and you can kind of see everything that's going on while you're manufacturing these items, so you can keep basically an eye out to make sure, you know, you're not going to be attacked by anyone while you're doing it. So they've actually had a psychologist involved in making this game as well, like how people behave and how they would behave when the usual laws and structures of society are completely gone. Psychology really comes down to stuff like tactical assessment. When Joel and Ellie basically encounter a particular assailant, it kind of goes into this sort of ghostly mode where they sort of see an outline of the particular person, and you need to basically work out how many people there are, where they are, what weapons do they have. Then you need to think in your inventory, what weapons do I have? Can I spare this? What should I do? Should I use stealth? Should I go in full guns blazing? All of these things you need to be able to make snap decisions. And that's what's going to make this game really heart-wrenchingly painful in some ways to play, because you're going to get it wrong sometimes. You're going to misread a situation and you're going to basically have it blow up in your face. But as the game goes on and you're going to get more and more engaged with these characters, you're going to want them to survive, you're going to be able to read these situations quicker, you're going to basically learn how really to survive in a post-apocalyptic world, which frankly I think we could all do, because according to these guys, a pandemic is just around the corner.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
After all we've been through, everything that I've done, it can't be for nothing.
So The Last of Us is a Sony exclusive game. If you guys want to get your hands on it, it's going to be out this summer, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who's looking for a really epic storyline and a real unbelievable challenge of survival, because it's pretty tough out there. Don't forget though, we're going to be going to E3 soon, and we're going to be finding out about all the new titles and all the new games and all the new consoles as well. So don't forget to hit us up and let us know what you want us to find out. Either let us know via Facebook, Twitter, or of course the comments below, and we'll be seeing you real soon for more SBTV games and gadgets.
Subscribe to SBTV to keep updated on the latest releases and check out more of our videos below.